Why is there a massive difference between Leeds and the other promoted teams? The real reason is because Leeds are more organised on the pitch. When you watch them play, their players really look like they know what they're doing, whereas when you watch Fulham and West Brom, their players are all over the place. Fixtures can't be used as an excuse because each team has had tough starts. There isn't a massive difference between the squads. We all saw these teams play last season in the Championship, and they're all quite evenly matched. Fulham have performed the worst. At least with West Brom, they did well against Chelsea and early on against Everton, and Leeds have done well in all their games. But with Fulham, they've done well in none of their games. West Brom also have the worst defense. It's just so leaky, they just can't stop conceding. Both West Brom and Fulham are also struggling to score goals, and it's something that neither side addressed in the transfer window. Actually, on top of that, Fulham actually have a pretty bad defense as well. But with Fulham and West Brom, they both did well last season, so they didn't have these attacking and defensive issues, but it should have been something they should have foreseen coming into this season because the Premier League is a step up, so they should have, at least brought an extra attacker or defender, at least as a backup, just in case things didn't work out. But neither side did that. And Leeds, they actually did bring in a forward and a couple of defenders as well, so they addressed both those issues before the season even started. And I think that's part of the reason why teams stay up. You got to foresee issues propping up before they actually happen because by the time these issues actually happen, it's way too late and you can't do anything about it. Looking at their signings, Leeds brought in Rodrigo, which was a big signing, a big statement signing for them. They also brought in Diego Llorente, who hasn't featured, but at least they have, another centre back just in case. Helder Costa, he was there last season, but they've signed him now. Robin Koch, yep, he's starting for them. So they made some good signings. With Fulham, Anthony Knockout, he played with them last season, but he hasn't featured them at all this season. He's not even in the squad, so he probably must be injured or something. Harrison Reed, not really too sure. With West Brom, actually no, back to Fulham. They signed Mario Lemina on loan, so I'm not too sure how it's going to work out. Lemina, he was playing, I think in Galatasaray, so he hasn't been in the Premier League for a while. It'll be interesting to see what happens. Alfonso Areola came in on loan from PSG, so he looks like a very, very good keeper actually, so that's a good signing. And to West Brom, they signed Grady Dingana, who was with them last season, but they signed him permanently for this season. Menes Pereira, same thing, did well last season, signed him. But apart from that, they've also signed Ivanovic on loan. I mean, on a free transfer, and then Callum Robinson. So out of all these teams as well, Leeds have had the best transfer window. So not only are they doing well on the pitch, they've actually signed some good players. Not that Fulham and West Brom haven't signed good players, but they haven't really done enough in the window to really, do well in the Premier League and stay up. At least in my opinion. I think what they could have done is, at least defensively, if you can fix your defensive issues, you give your team a chance of staying up. But Fulham and West Brom just haven't done that, so they're going to continue to concede goals, and it's going to be a very long season. At least with Leeds, they can score goals, so even if the defense kind of suffers later on this season, they can sort of compensate for that. But we'll see what happens.